Hey Dad, what are you making?
This is what we make when it's cold outside and everyone's hungry now. Creamy chicken Parmesan pasta. Weeknight version, no overthinking. This isn't a heavy baked casserole situation. This is a fast, creamy skillet pasta for cold nights. Let's get started with the chicken. We're starting with chicken breasts tonight. You can use thighs too, but this cooks fast and stays light. Slice into cutlets like this, just by putting those in half. We use chewed chicken breasts to do that. Be careful here. You want to slice these equally in size, but you also want to make sure that you're being careful with your knife and not getting yourself as well. We'll start by seasoning the chicken. We're going to use a little bit of garlic powder, some oregano, salt, pepper, and some paprika. We want to make sure we get all of this coated in there, so get them in between each one. Alright, then you're going to want to coat these with just a little bit of olive oil. Get those in and mix them all up. Now we make a quick dredge, just a little bit of flour and some cornstarch. We're going to mix that up. Then I realized that I used a bowl that was a little too small to actually do the dredging, so I put it into a bigger bowl to make that easier. Then we can start dredging these. We just want a thin coating on there because that's going to create a little bit of that crispiness that we're going to do in a shallow fry with a little bit of butter and a bit of oil. Make sure you get those coated well. Go ahead and repeat on the other three as well. Next, go ahead and heat up your pan. Get some oil in there, and then we're going to put a little bit of butter in there as well. Once the oil is hot, go ahead and drop that in. What you're going to notice is my oil actually wasn't hot enough for this one. So I went ahead and made sure to turn that back up a little bit. You want to hear that sizzle when it first hits the pan, just like this. While those are cooking, let's go ahead and do the rest for our prep. I'm going to take one shallot and I'm going to finely dice this up. Then I want about 4 heads of garlic here. You can also use roasted garlic, which you're going to see me use a little bit later. We want to finely mince this up, so make sure you dice it first and then go ahead and mince it even a little bit further. To check to see if the chicken's done, use an instant reading thermometer and check for 165 degrees. Once it's there, you can pull it. The other thing you want to do is check your pasta. We want to cook this till about 1 or 2 minutes below the al dente. Then we're going to pull a bit of that water out and set it aside. Then we're going to freshly grate our Parmesan. I want to make sure that I get about a cup of this and set it aside. And then we can start melting our butter for the pasta sauce itself. Get that going on a low, medium-low heat. Once the butter is mostly melted, go ahead and throw our shallots in. Stir those around. We want to soften these up a bit. About a tablespoon of garlic powder, some oregano, red pepper flakes, nothing fancy. Give that a stir to get it all mixed in. Then, next we're going to bring in a little bit of tomato paste. You can do this 2 ways. I'm using only tomato paste for this version, but you can also just use about a cup of regular, just jarred tomato sauce as well. Here's a flavor booster. This is optional. This is roasted garlic. I normally have some of this in my fridge, so I put it in here to really bring a bit of that deeper flavor. But again, fully optional. Heavy cream goes in. This is where it gets cozy. Let that thicken for just a few minutes. Then we're going to add our Parmesan, but just hold on. Wait to get that all mixed in there and break up a little bit of that garlic that I just put in. I'm also going to add a little bit of water and chicken bouillon, again to deepen the flavor just a little bit further. Once that's simmered and thickened up a bit, then we can go ahead and add our Parmesan cheese in. I'm putting about half of it in at first. I want to make sure that we stir that in, get it all nice and melty. Let it simmer, and then you're going to want to give it a taste. I felt like it needed a little bit of acid to bring some brightness, to lighten that flavor up just a little bit, so I put about half of a lemon in there. Then we can stir in our pasta. Remember, we didn't cook the pasta all the way through, so it's going to cook a little bit more in the sauce. So we want to bring that in. It's going to be a little bit loose, but some of the starch from the pasta is going to thicken it up, and then we're going to use a little bit of that cheese again to thicken it a little bit further. But first, we want to cook that a little bit down, make sure that the sauce thickens, but the noodles themselves start to fully finish. I decided to add about another quarter cup of Parmesan, freshly grated right in there. I also add a few cubes of butter. This is that chef trick to make it feel all nice and glossy. Stir it up, then let everything melt in. Then you're going to get ready to plate. First, we're going to put down some of the pasta, and then we're going to cut up some of the chicken cutlets. I'm putting about half a cutlet in each bowl here. You can do a little bit more or less if you want it, but I think for the kids, they more or less just want about half. Now, let's give it a try. Nothing fancy, something warm that actually gets eaten. Yeah, that's good. Creamy chicken Parmesan pasta. Fast, cozy, and perfect for a cold night. If you're into real weeknight cooking, you're in the right place. This is Dad. What are you making? Subscribe for more family dinners.